Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to cover the new topic, that is a transport system, and in this chapter we are categorizing this chapter in different divisions, right? So first of all, you must understand the concept of transport. Over here, the term transport, might be you know that the word transport says that it's an act to move the molecules, to move the ions, to move the materials from one part to the another part, right? So again, it's an act, and we are discussing the biology subject. So why there is a need of transport, or you can say the transport system in the body? If we are talking about the unicellular structure, again it's a one cell organisms. So over here in that one cell organism, there is no as such need of the transport system, but again the transportation is taking place over there, okay, through the surface, okay, through the diffusion process. But when we are saying the multicellular organism, the complex structure is there. So yes, the structure, the organism developed a proper transport system over there, and they just transport the material from one part to the another because it has to cover the long distance over there, right? So transport, again it's an act of molecules, the act of movement of molecules from one part to the another part. And when we are saying the need of transport, again I'm going to say this term, that why we are saying the transport, to just fulfill the requirements, to just perform the metabolic functions over there, for the circulation, for the respiration, for different other metabolic processes, right? So the need of transport we are talking about in this session, to just cover the transport system in plants. Before moving towards plants, you must understand the concept of the transport need importantly two components, okay? It transport the material from the environment to the organ. Okay? Because we are discussing about the living species, living organisms, it can be a plant or animal, okay? For the general we are discussing over here. So need of the transport, it requires two important components. Again I am going to say, material will transport, the raw material transport from the environment to the organ, or transport the material from cell to the organ, right? So over here in the organ, because we are talking about the multicellular species, so organ is there to fulfill that requirement of the transportation. I have said this, I have talked to you about this thing, that transport system in the plants, again it's a multicellular organism, a complex structure is there. So plant has developed some of the organs over there which are responsible for the transportation. In the plants, if I'm talking about the raw material over there, so yes, you know very well, plants are taking the absorbing the material from the soil. So from the soil they are taking the inorganic molecules in the form of phosphates, sulfates, nitrates, importantly, right? So they are taking the inorganic molecules from the soil and converting them into the organic molecules. It can be known as the biomolecules. So first of all, you must understand this concept that they have biomolecules. They transport the biomolecules. They are absorbing from the soil through the roots and then rest of the plant, okay? So again I'm discussing over here, they are absorbing the molecules from the roots to the rest of the plant through the roots from the soil, and they are taking in the form of inorganic molecules and converting them into the organic molecules. So they are known as biomolecules, okay? Now we are moving towards the root structure, because we are saying that they are absorbing the molecules from the soil, okay? So from the soil through the roots. So over here the structure of root is very much important. Now if you are going to just have a look on the structure of the root, over here we can divide into the three important parts. Area of cell division, where the root cap is present. What is the function of root cap over here? To protect the root from the surrounding, okay? It just over here to just protect from the surrounding, okay? Second part is the area of elongation. Over here, different meristematic cells are there. The cell is dividing and just get elongating further. Okay? But the area of maturation is something is very important. Over there, the root hair cells are present. This is the root hair. This is having a very important function in the absorption. Why? Because the root hairs are providing a large surface area for the absorption purpose, for absorbing the water, minerals from the soil. Okay, so for this concept, you must understand first about the structure of root. In the root, there is root cap. In the center, there is a cortex which have a layering, that is the root hair cells, elongation of the root hairs. The outermost having the epidermal, or you can say epidermis, which is again an outermost layer to protect the cells from the surrounding. Okay. Now over here, the concept of root hair cell, I have discussed with you that it provides a large surface area. Whenever you have a large surface area, so it always favors the more and more diffusion process over there. Okay, so whenever there is more and more diffusion over there, more gases will be exchanged. So yes, large surface area and the less volume is there, so it will favor more absorption, more gases exchange over there. So again, it will favor more transport. So for in this concept, in this topic, the transport in plants, you must understand the concept of the structure of the root and the concept of the root hair cell, that the root hair cell have the large surface area as compared to the smaller volume ratio. Okay.